Hey, family, and welcome to another episode, Underground Railroad Productions. This is your host, Brother Rich, joined once again with the living legend himself, Professor Griff. Welcome back, my brother.
Good, thanks, Brother Rich, and it's always a pleasure to be back, man. You almost missed me, man. Them Z's were calling me, bro.
We doing this interview a little late, family, so we could get it to you by the morning time. But listen, Griff, let's get right to it, Griff. A lot is being said right now about this huge, massive college cheating admission scandal that recently surfaced. The federal prosecutors just came out and said wealthy parents, actresses, coaches, I mean, you name it, they was involved in it. Let me read a little bit on this, and we're gonna get right into it. This is from CNN. And what is being called the largest college admission scam ever prosecuted, wealthy parents, Hollywood actresses, coaches, and college prep executives have been accused of carrying out a nationwide fraud against students into prestigious universities, according to a federal indictment. The scheme had two major pieces. Parents paid a college prep organization to take the test on behalf of the students or correct their answers. Second, the organization bribed college coaches to help admit students into college as recruited athletes regardless of their abilities. Federal documents also allege that some of the defendants created fake athletic profiles for students to make them appear to be successful athletes. In all, 50 people were charged in a criminal investigation that went by the name Operation Varsity Blues. Those arrested include 2 SAT administrator, 1 exam proctor, 9 coaches at elite schools, 1 college administrator, 33 parents. I'm gonna end it there because I want to, as everybody know, Aunt Becky from Full House. Those who are, I guess, who are older or who watched Full House back in the days, everybody remember Aunt Becky. She was one of the actresses that got caught up sending her daughter to paying for a daughter. They said she paid over $500,000. Yeah. So altogether they said it's over 6.5 million parents paid so far. That's what they're saying so far. But what this did, Griff, this got people talking about some other stories that recently surfaced. So I want to just briefly read these, and then I want to talk to have you talk about it, my brother. Recently, I want to bring this up first because just recently in December in Miami Gardens, a young black sister by the name of Camila Campbell. Let me read this here. A Miami Gardens teen may miss the January deadline to apply to her first school of choice due to her improved SAT scores. Educational testing service officials aren't buying that in a year Camila Campbell could bring her score up more than 300 points. The testing service is currently reviewing Campbell's October 6 SAT scores, citing anomalies in one or more sections of her test. The service is questioning Campbell's score improvement from 900 to 1,200, she said. They said there's no way I can improve from a 900 to a high score like this. They are saying I had to cheat or had prior knowledge to the test. Since receiving the letter, the 18-year-old has sent statements from her 11th grade language arts instructor and study partner, as well as pictures of the book she used to study to validate her improved scores. So she got penalized for having an improved SAT score.
Right.
They didn't believe it. They said it can't be true. It just can't be true. So that recently happened. And also another story that people are familiar with is the Ohio mom that was jailed for 10 days for sending her kids to a better school district. She, I guess she thinks she forged some papers to send her kids to a school district that her father resided in. She stated that she lived there part-time. She got robbed, and she said she had to make a decision after she got robbed to send her kids to a better school. So she got sentenced to 10 days in jail for doing that, Professor Griff. So there's another story about everybody remembers the Atlanta teachers. I know you're in Atlanta now. I'm sure you remember that. The teachers down in Atlanta who got caught up down there, and I think they had to pay fines or something. I forgot exactly what it was. But with all that being said, Griff, let's get into this story. What I just said, I read about the college exam scandal. To start out with, what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think the consequences should be based on what I just read to you, what they've been doing to black parents and black students who improved their SAT score.
Well, Brother Rich, I think this reminds us, not reminds us, but this kind of seals the deal when it comes to what Dr. Frances Cress Welsing talks about when she talks about the 9 areas of people activity. This is in the area of education, and you see, even though they are positioning themselves and have positioned themselves as bright, intelligent, the ones that's going to lead humanity into a brighter light, a new day. They bask in the light of white privilege. Schools are named after them. Streets are named after them. Goddamn candy bars are named after them. Everything speaks to their existence. And they still can't out. I mean, even though everything speaks to their existence, they still have to cheat. Everything that speaks of system works for them and against us, and they still have to cheat. Whereas black people, black students, if left alone, like we've always said, Brother Rich, if we're just left alone, we will excel anywhere we are. And this reigns true in this situation. I know a lot of people are not looking at the racist element in this situation, only if you look at the fact that the cases that you just cited, Brother Rich. If you look at the case in Miami Gardens, look at the case in Ohio, where black women only want to find a better way for their children, a better school, without being shot, stabbed, killed, mugged, raped in the district that they're in. All right? But another parent lives somewhere else and using that particular address to get a better education for their child, they're penalized and sent to jail. While on the other side of the fence, all of the things in this society that speak to their existence, speak to their greatness, speak to who they are as a people. Everything from the damn Discovery Channel to the damn History Channel, Brother Rich, speaks to their greatness. The history in the schools speak to their greatness. And you still find them failing in a system that they set up to keep everyone else behind them. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to take a closer look, deeper into, or probably a lot deeper than what Dr. Frances Cress Welsing and Neely Fuller even gave us. There's something at the core of these people that cannot stand to see black people thrive in this society, but yet seeing their own children not thriving, seeing their own children on opioid drugs, seeing their own children failing in school, and can't stand to see their children fail at one or two things, which in essence, Brother Rich, it helps your character. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It balances out who you are if you fail at a few things. I think Aaliyah said, get up and try again. You understand what I'm saying? Dust yourself off. Get up and try again. But I'm saying it helps build character, Brother Rich. But these did you say 33 parents was arrested? Yeah. 33 parents have found themselves sitting on the top of their profession and then field in society, have money to spare, can spend over $6.5 million to see that their children excel. What kills me, Brother Rich, is sometimes sports and music is the only way out of the hood for us. Would you agree?
Right.
Sometimes academia seems to be down on the list, but nonetheless, sports and music seems to be the way out. Yet, white kids, white parents are even going over into the sports field and the sports world to fake IDs, to fake scores, to fake a history that they've been playing kickball, volleyball, tennis, football, basketball, or whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? I think this is massive, Brother Rich. This is massive. One last thing about that, Brother Rich, I think the people that are responsible for this, I think everyone, if you draw a circle, Brother Rich, and I did it earlier, I drew a circle and then I drew circles around the circle. And everyone that's involved, all right? The organization, the key organization, the Key Worldwide Foundation, they should go to jail. The coaches should go to jail. Not only the coaches should go to jail, the parents, should go to jail. Come on now. The people that cheated, the administrators should go to jail. I heard there was over 50 people involved. It took over 200 FBI agents to round these people up. The administrators of the SAT, the ACT should go to jail. Coach, the 9 coaches should go to jail. The administrators, the 33 parents, and everyone that took bribes. I think it was 8 or 9 of them that took bribes on the other end. And then we should look at the schools. What kind of system do you have that people can cheat like that and get away with it?
Right.
Since 2011, this is 2019. And how long have they been getting away with this? While at the same time, Brother Rich, you got parents right now that are going in debt trying to send their children to school.
Yeah. Now, people, when this surfaced, one of the first thoughts I heard a lot of people say was, "Man, that shit been going on for years. This ain't nothing new." What I want to ask you is that why do you think this is surfacing now? Did somebody make somebody angry? Is there some type of internal fight going on? Why now, Professor Griff? Why? Because, the feds had to then know about this. They know about all types of shit. Something this massive they had to know about. So why now?
I think why now, Brother Rich, because I think, and to be honest with you, we have to really, really kind of look at the fabric of America. We have to look at everything that's coming to pass. Everything from the Me Too movement, everything that's coming out, everything with the Manafort going to jail, everything with the scandal in the White House, everything that and the tension that's going on in America today. Someone had said to me, I believe it was Soleil or King Simon, in a conversation that all of us were having. This is that year. And we could confirm it with King Simon, but this is that year that everything will be manifested, man. Everything hidden will be manifested. Everything will be brought out of the dark.
He did say that. Yeah, King Simon, he did say
right,
that.
King Simon, right.
Yeah.
Everything will be brought out this year, and he's absolutely 1,000% correct, man. I don't know if he's throwing bones or cowrie shells over there, or I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, he's on point. King Simon is on point, and he said it, man. He said it some time ago. He said, this is that year. And if you look, even in and outside of the so-called conscious community, everything is being revealed. People are running scams and being revealed. You understand what I'm saying? So everything is coming to light, man. Everything is coming to light, and it's like it's just that day and time. Now I know Brother Rich talking like this on a more spiritual level. People may look at it like, oh man, they bugging. That's that little spooky stuff, man. That's that, that's that African blackish. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's really real. It's you understand what I'm saying? And if you look into the fabric of what this quote unquote democracy is supposed to be about, it's eroding from the inside out, man. Ever since that man has taken office, man, there's been drama every single day. In a minute, it's gonna implode. And that has a lot to do with, matter of fact, it's going to have an effect on all the other areas of people's activity.
So I guess this exposes that narrative that they keep trying to push, that when they tell us, when we say something or we talk about the injustices, they tell us to just pick yourself up by your bootstrap. They love saying that, that hard work is gonna get us where we gotta get. So I guess this is kind of exposing that in a way. It's funny, Griff, and you can touch on that, and also just want to add this. They, with all the privilege that they get and that they know they get and that they know they get that we're not even aware of, these privileges that they get that we're probably still not aware of, they still complain with the crumbs that some blacks receive, like affirmative action. Why do you think something like affirmative action makes them so upset when a whole system is set in place to support them and their family?
I think instinctively, Brother Rich, that they know, like I said earlier on, if we were just left alone, we will find a way. Because even among them, Brother Rich, the brighter ones, the more conscious ones among them, even sit back and say, wow, you know something? I don't even know how black people do it.
Yeah.
And it really blows their mind. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I've heard it time and time again. Yeah.
Right. How do they smile? How do they joke? How do they? I don't even know how they do it. And then to turn around and have Barack Obama as president, and then turn around and have mayors across this country, city councilmen across this country, teachers that are barely making money but do take out time for students and have those students excel. We managed to do it, Brother Rich, and I think they're sitting back and they're watching this and they're saying, "Wow, it's good." So I think, Brother Rich, W.E.B. Du Bois said it some time ago. The problem of the 21st century is the problem of the color line, and I think instinctively they know that some way or another we're going to find a way to rise to the top. They interpret that, Brother Rich, as us loving ourselves. They interpret that as hating them.
Yes.
Us excelling, they interpret that as us surpassing them, and then we'll get into position to do to them what they've done to us. When we're not even thinking that, Brother Rich, we're trying to find a way to make it in this world. You understand what I'm saying? But the beauty of the dynamics that's going on in the United States right now, look at this, Brother Rich. You've got a president that has talked about the IRS, the FBI, four or five different agencies, all right, which are the foundation to America. Combating laws. He's about to veto a couple of bills. All right, he's putting pressure on Congress to release the money so he can build the wall. All right. At the same time, wanting to make America great. At the same time, America is eroding when this kind of stuff comes out. Because we can even ask the question again right now, Brother Rich. When was it great, man? Not only when was it great, okay, why do you have to cheat to make yourselves look great when you're really not great? You understand? Because if you was great, we would never find this on the news, a cheating scandal trying to get into college. Listen, watch the documentary film, Brother Rich, College Con. It's called College Con.
Mm-hmm. I heard about it.
College Con unveils the trickery, the machinations. It uncovers and exposes the whole idea of sucking the American people dry with this whole idea of taking out, getting grants and loans, and by the time you end up graduating college, you $200,000 or $300,000 in debt. All right, and then by the time you graduate, that particular field, you're so damn outdated with what they taught you in school, you can't even compete in the job market. So here you are now, 20-something years old, with a college degree over $200,000 or $300,000. College Con exposes this whole thing. Then we know the whole scandal with the whole idea of the college athletes making millions of dollars for these colleges and getting paid absolutely nothing, Brother Rich. While at the same time, as I said earlier, if everything speaks to them getting ahead and building a better world to make America great, we find them cheating on one of the highest levels. So even what about the poor white now? Not to mention black people, not to mention Latinos and everybody else, Native Americans, Mexicans, and whoever else. We just talk about poor whites. All right. So the whole idea of the middle class is knocked out of the box right now because they struggle hard to get into college and to maintain their grades in high school, being good in high school, doing good things in high school, working in the community, after school programs, and everything that they've done to get through high school, to go to prep school and all this other kind of stuff just to get into college. We have people that rather party on the weekend and get drunk and have their parents bribe other people to get them into college. This is sad, man. But it's real, Brother Rich. And that's the day and time that we're living in.
Indeed. You know, I was reading some of the, the posts when people talking about this, and people that worked in the medical field was also talking about how, the same thing happens in the medical field. They hear Jewish doctors all the time brag about how they donate money to a school so their kid could get in. That's something they do. They make big time donations, and their kid is good in that school. Their kid is guaranteed a degree and all of that. And I had a personal experience with my girl just recently being pregnant last year. I remember because going to the hospital, battling with them about natural birth and vaccinations and everything. You go in there and I'm doing my research and I'm studying and I'm expecting for them to come with an intellectual battle or intellectual debate, and they were so. I was disappointed. I was I don't know the right word to use, but it was. I thought they were smarter than what they were. I never really talked to a doctor for that extended period of time about things, and for me to go through that for 9 months, I really thought they were bright. And I remember I kept telling my girl during that time period, like, yo, they're not that smart, yo. And in my mind, I would say, yo, I heard better arguments, debates in the conscious community. They were very robotic. Like, I would say something and come with some facts, and they would just have a very robotic answer as if it was just something that they read somewhere. And they couldn't, change up their story to based on what I was saying. They would just keep repeating the same thing like there was a damn automated phone machine or something like that.
Right.
So it was very interesting that I experienced that and that I heard people say that. And it's very interesting, like you said, Francis Chris Wilson said, these are in all areas, Professor Griff. So what are we under, man? So we getting, hold up. So we going to the hospital too, Griff? And these are people that's not even qualified, Griff? Is that what this is?
Right. I think what happens in order to maintain their position in life, they have to, back to Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, ISIS papers, War the Balls, the terminology of the language of racism, white supremacy. You hear it, Brother Rich, even in the conversation that you had with them. They have to play ball. You're not playing ball. You understand what I'm saying? We're not touching all the bases. Now, we're talking about baseball right now, and she spelled it out in her book, The ISIS Papers. So when you start talking about the 9 areas of people activity, look at the list, Brother Rich, of all the people that was involved in the different areas in which they come from. William Singer, right, also known as Rick Singer, owner of the Edge College and Career Network. So he set up a foundation called the Key World Foundation, all right? Very philanthropic sounding, very, I want to play ball. I care about your child sounding. Stephen Massery, I believe, an accountant and a financial officer for two different entities, Brother Rich. Now, these are people with high positions, all right, making well over 6 figures, all right. Michaela Sanford, an employee who held several roles as an accused of taking classes in high school. So, now, listen, these are people that actually taking the classes and taking the tests for the students. You understand? We're talking actresses. We're talking senior executive resort casino operators. We're talking about people that are responsible people in the community. Gregory and Marcia Abbott are the founder and the chairman of packaging company for food and beverage industry. You're talking about the head, the founder, and the chairman. Diane Blake, the executive and retail merchandising firm at Todd Blake, entrepreneur and investor. Jane Buckingham, chief executive of a boutique marketing company. I could go on and on and on, Brother Rich. You're talking from actresses to teachers to people in real estate, in the development firms and owner of media companies and jewelry businesses, and we could go on and on and on. And my question is, if the system of racism, white supremacy affords you the privilege to coast through America and be as wealthy and be as popular and be as rich and be as bright because everything speaks to your existence, why would there be a need to do this? Why would there be a need? And Brother Rich, one last thing. Are they doing it in the criminal justice system? Are people paying other people off to get off less time or whatever? How does that work, Brother Rich?
Well, you know, the judge just got sentenced, I think, for taking $1 million for selling young black men to the private prison industry.
Wow.
That you can speak on that, but I'm gonna Google that real quick.
No, I need to Google that. For real, man. That's a shame.
Yeah.
So you said there was a judge in New York? Judge sentenced for what? No, what did he say he did? Judge sentenced for 30 years.
It says disgraced Pennsylvania judge Mark Valera Jr. has been sentenced to 28 years for conspiring with private prisons to sentence juvenile offenders to maximum sentences for bribes and kickbacks, which totaled millions of dollars. In the private prison industry, the more time an inmate spends in a facility, the more of a profit is reaped from the state. Varela was a figurehead in a conspiracy in the state of Pennsylvania, which saw thousands of young black men and women unjustly punished and penalized in the name of corporate profit. And I will end it there.
Wow, yeah, it says the Pennsylvania judge gets life sentence for prison kickback scheme. Yeah, wow, aren't enough of us going to jail, Brother Rich? Aren't enough of us suffering under the scourge of this criminal justice system? And then we turn around and you find a judge that's just taking money under the table to make sure we go to... Come on, man. Wow, the system is rigged, man. System is rigged, but I know people listening to this, don't use this as a justification for you to go out and be a criminal. Don't listen to this and say, you see, I ain't never going to be able to get ahead because it's stuff like this, blah, 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 and then you use that to justify your wicked criminal behavior. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a cop-out and that's a way out. You understand what I'm saying? I think the righteous and the best way is to still struggle. You understand what I'm saying? Until we get to that point where we can carve out a life for ourselves, Brother Rich. We can't follow their path. Look at the ones that have. Look at the black ones of us that went ahead and tried to emulate them and do crooked stuff, and we end up where they end up. Harvey Weinstein is the blueprint for the R. Kellys of the world.
Right. Griff, in this country, can white privilege and black prosperity exist at the same time, my brother? Not on an individual basis, but, you know, collectively?
Yeah. Right. But it has, Brother Rich. It has. And the way they disguise it is something for us to study, Brother Rich. When you have the Chinatowns and when you have the Little Italies and when you have, you know, the areas where Jewish people live. You understand what I'm saying? So, but they set these things up, and everybody seems like they're thriving. But when we set up as much as a basketball team or a glee club, we could meet every Sunday and play marbles. They want to destroy it. They want to come join it. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're curious. So when we seem like we're moving up and we're moving ahead and we're moving on up, you understand what I'm saying? It seems like they're constantly keeping an eye on what we're doing, simply because Malcolm said it. Once we connect back with the brother in Africa and Brazil, all right, and we understand we have the same struggle, and we be able to do international trade with one another like they do with their motherland or their fatherland, all right, and then we're on equal footing, Brother Rich. And I don't think they could stand to see that, but it's already happening. They've always been privileged. Brother Rich, we've always had to struggle, but we've always made gains in America. But if you look at some of the laws that they set up, for example, Brother Rich, the anti-literacy law, where if the slave masters' slaves got caught reading, they would punish the slave and they would fine the slave master. It was against the law to have your slaves read, Brother Rich. So with that said, you know how many other laws that were in place to keep us from advancing and moving forward? Fast forward 2019. We may look at it and have personal conversations with one another about black people not doing this, black people don't read, black people can't come together, black people don't, but we've made progress. Amidst all of that, Brother Rich, would you agree that we've made progress?
Yeah.
We got a long way to go, but we've made progress. But you see, that's what we see from the inside out. Let me pose this to you. What do you think they see, Brother Rich, from the outside in? I am not letting the Negroes, and you know what else they call us behind closed doors. You understand what I'm saying? I am not letting them surpass me. Because you know why? It threatens their psyche. It threatens the very core of who they are, based on what Dr. Francis Ruffing and Neely Fuller, Amos Wilson, and a few other brothers and sisters have given us. You understand what I'm saying? About what lies at the subconscious of white people and how they fear us. They not only fear us physically, they not only fear us genetically. They fear our potential, our business mind, because they know deep down inside we're the ones that built the pyramids. We're the ones that put all the disciplines in place. We're responsible for that. And I know that they know that a few of us know this. And with that, we're able to excel, even beyond them. That's why they have to have these funny laws in this system called racism, white supremacy, to keep us suppressed. But hey, man, we like baby kids, man. A couple of baby kids graduated high school, man, started their own business. Robin Harris didn't tell the whole story, but go ahead, Brother Rich.
Baby's kids, I ain't hear that in a while. Oh, man. Well, a lot of people, after reading about this and hearing about this and watching this on news and everything, people are saying this makes it even more of a case for reparations. And that's something that's been talked about a lot by the Democratic Party now. There's a movement going on, the ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, who started pushing that and started talking heavily about reparations. And I've seen it go from a grassroots level to it interrupting the Democratic Party. So what I want to talk to you about is, what are your thoughts on reparations as far as the American Descendants of Slaves is talking about, and people who have that history linked to slavery? Do you think reparations will help us with what we're talking about here, what we call white supremacy?
Yeah, you know something, Brother Rich? It's very interesting that you should ask that question, simply because I think reparation might be, Brother Rich, one of the missing keys to the struggle of the black man and woman here in America. Right now, Brother Rich, if we was to receive reparations in totality for the next 20 to 25 years, and they gave us a separate state or territory that we can call our own, do you know and do you realize, Brother Rich, we would surpass other countries? If we had 8 to 10 states and the United States government agreed to even pay us what they paid the Jewish people from Nazi Germany, if they agreed to pay us what they paid Native Americans, if they agreed to pay us what they paid other people, when we talk about reparations, I think black people in America, especially in America, doing business with brothers and sisters around the globe, the black African diaspora, right? I think we would surpass certain countries, Brother Rich, and I think other people know that. It's just something with us that I think other people, I know they see it. I see it, Brother Rich. I know you see it. Matter of fact, you're a product of it. You had took a camera and was up on 125th Street. You understand what I'm saying? And you built your own business. Am I right or wrong?
Right, indeed.
So we could take nothing, as Black Dot teaches. We could take nothing and make something. You understand what I'm saying? A higher form of alchemy, taking base metals and lead and turning it into gold. We take the basic human being and make them gods. You understand what I'm saying? We can take the basic idea of a business and make it a full-blown business where we can support our families with it. You understand? I see it happening time and time and time again. My mom had 13 children. You understand what I'm saying? And took care of all of them, and all of them ate every single day and got an education, Brother Rich. So I know if Mom can do it, Miss Louise Griffin can do it. Hey, I'm sure the young ladies that has 2 children right now that's listening to this, I'm sure she can do it. We just need to put some things back in place, man.
Indeed. I got one more question for you, Griff. Don't want to keep you too long tonight. I know you want to catch some Z's, my brother. Last question, Griff. Now, you know, we're getting on these elite white folks for doing what they're doing with their children. Like I said, $500K. faking like they're on sports teams and all of this other type of thing. My last question to you, Professor Griff: if you was a multi-millionaire, would you see a problem? Do you think you would see a problem if your son was a little stubborn and he wasn't getting good grades, or your daughter was a little stubborn? Do you think it would be a problem for you to say, you know what, shit, I want my kids to reach a certain level of success, so I'm going to pay for them to go to a certain school? Do you think you will go that route, Professor Griff?
Pay for them to go to a certain school? That's what tutoring is about. That's what private school is about. Yeah, that's what after-school programs should be about. That's what, yeah. I taught a class at the London School of Business. These were elite young whites, mostly Jewish. You understand what I'm saying? That was bred from upper class, well-to-do white people in New York. All right, and they were learning international business, and they invited me and a few other people to come speak about Black history and some other things. So yeah, their parents are well off, and their parents send them to schools that train them in specific fields. That's what that's for.
Let me be a little more specific.
Mm-hmm.
If your kids weren't excelling at the tutoring, would there be a problem with you? And somebody said, "Yo, I could get somebody to take the test for Lil Griff, and he'll get a 1,500 on the SAT. Just give me 10,000, Griff." Would you, they say self-preservation is a self-law of nature. Would there be anything wrong with you saying, I could get my son a 1,500 score on the SAT by just giving this man 10,000? I'm a multimillionaire. Would you give that man that 10,000, Professor Griff?
Absolutely not, Brother Rich. Because every time after that, you're going to find yourself going to your son's aid, bailing him out. If you know your son ain't that damn smart, take your son down another path. Plain and simple, man.
Teach, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Plain and simple. Take him down another path. Teach him some other skills. Tell him to dig deep within inside himself and pull out those skills, man. They're there. They're buried inside of him. They're there. God has deposited that thing in all of us, brother. It's that one thing that we do well. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom, when I had that conversation with my mom, and she was teaching me that, that concept that God had put that thing in us, that there's one thing that all of us do that we really do it really, really good. My mom said mom was cursing. I said, Mom, come on, man. So we laughed it off. Like, no. But it took me a while to search myself to discover what that thing is, Brother Rich, that the Creator deposited in me. You understand what I'm saying? It took me a minute to discover it, but nonetheless, I discovered it, Brother Rich, and didn't have to go the crooked or illegal criminal route. You understand what I'm saying? Avoiding jail, avoiding just being a criminal, having that mindset. Even if I avoided jail, Brother Rich, I still wouldn't even want that mindset, man. I wouldn't want that mindset because it carries over way beyond jail if you don't get caught. You're not fair in your political dealings. You're not fair in your dealings as a parent, as a friend. You're not fair in your dealings. So yeah, it's like, yeah, nah. I wouldn't pay 10. I wouldn't pay a nickel. You understand what I'm saying? I would sit my son down and say, listen, you not cut out for that, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I thought I could play basketball. Somebody had to tap me on the shoulder and say, look, man, you about 5'4", bro. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't cut out for it. Mm-hmm. I discovered the things that I was cut out for. And I excelled.
Indeed. Well, I definitely appreciate the talk tonight, my brother.
Give thanks,
as always, I want you to leave your contact info and let the people know what you got going on, my brother.
Ooh, Brother Rich, man. This month I'm going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, March 31st, man. I'm going to be down in Jackson at the temple, at the masjid down. It's Masjid El Salam, 1625 North Pearl Street, Jacksonville, Florida. That Sunday, 12 o'clock. I'm doing a book signing for my new book, The Warrior's Tapestry. I'm going to be speaking with Dr. Scott Whitaker, man. You know, the brother that wrote Medicine. Me and Scott Whitaker are going to be down there together. And then right after that, Brother Rich, I'll be up in Philly at, Mark Lamont Hill, who was on CNN?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he opened up a place called Bobby's Place, I believe it is. Uncle Bobby's Coffee and Books. He's inviting me to come speak there, and I'm going to speak on my new book, A Warrior's Tapestry, and that's on April 13th. And right before, the week before that, me and Soleil are going to be in the DMV area. Soleil is speaking at her school, her martial arts school, Dragon Academy, at 2:30 on that Saturday. I'm speaking later on that day at Everlasting Life in Capitol Heights, man. And then last but not least, I'm gonna be at every Wednesday in April. Every Wednesday, Brother Rich, I'm gonna be at Cafe Ulu. That's 2036 Sylvan Road in Atlanta, Georgia. Every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. I'm doing 4 weeks of hip hop, Brother Rich. High Infinite Power, Healing Our People. I'm gonna go over my 2 books. I'm gonna talk about the culture vultures. I'm gonna talk about hustlers of culture, this business of music, destroying hip hop appetite for self-destruction. Every Wednesday in Cafe Ulu in Atlanta. And last but not least, May 8th, I'm supporting Soleil. She's speaking here at a Go Vegetarian restaurant. You know something, Brother Rich? There's a lot of vegan restaurants, man, that are popping up. People have been coming more and more awake and aware about their health, man. There's at least 10 now in Atlanta. They got food trucks and all kind of stuff, man. People are really coming up, man, and making it happen. This sister that opened up the Slutty Vegan is off the meat rack.
Yeah, I heard about it. I keep thinking about it.
Yeah, I got to go there like 10:30 at night to get a damn vegan burger, man, because like 100 people in line. I'm like waiting for 4 or 5 hours. Not me. It's not going to happen. They paying people to stand in line for them, Brother Rich. That's how bad they want it, man. But those are the places we're going to be, Brother Rich. And I'll put all of this information up on my website, www.professorgriff.me. And, of course, you can contact me. Send me a text message. I'll send you the flyer, 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. And every night at 9 o'clock, Brother Rich, I'm on Serious Minds on YouTube. All right? So that's it, Brother Rich.
Indeed. And on that note, family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you support. Thanks for tuning in. Support the Patreon page. Support the Cash App. And try to do something live with Griff tomorrow since he's going to be in New York. That'll be dope.
All right.
Probably with Griff, Red Pill, see who else I can get around. But we're going to see you next time, family. Peace.
Peace.